heels. Standing tall with your feet shoulder width, lift your knee up towards your waist and then out to the side before lowering your toe to touch the ground right behind you. Pause and reverse the motion to come back to the starting position, and then repeat on the other side. Lift your knee, don't swing your knee. Keep your core tight as you lift and lower your knee. Remember, it's just the toe tap as you bring your foot down behind you. If you really want to challenge your balance, try lifting your hands overhead. Open up those hips a little more with each rep. If you need, you can keep a slight bend in that standing leg to help with balance. You killed it on that move. Predator jacks. Stand with narrow feet and your palms together in front of your chest. Jump your feet out and drop into a wide squat as you extend your arms out wide. Jump your legs and arms back together and repeat to complete that set. Engage your glutes and quads as you jump back up to standing tall. Can you drop a little bit lower with each squat? Squat into your heels, but jump through the balls of your feet. Try and match your breath to the movement. You can work on shoulder mobility by opening your arms slightly further back each time. Keep your belly button held to the spine for more core control. As you squat, keep your weight in your heels and reach your hips back. Hey, keep it up. Now let's try a little yoga. Plank to downward dogs. Start in a push-up position with your body in a straight line, abs and glutes tight, and then lift your hips to move into an inverted V. Pause in this pike before returning to the starting plank. There's a lot of hip movement in this exercise, but try to keep them flat while you're in plank. spread your fingers wide to distribute your weight. Think about rotating your inner thighs up to the sky to recruit your leg muscles. Try and press your heels into the floor as you lift your hips up into the downward dog. Fire your heels backwards and your head and neck forwards in plank. Inhale during plank and exhale as you move into downward dog. Don't forget to flex your core to lighten the load on your arms and your shoulders. If your hamstrings are tight, soften your knees just a bit while in downward dog. If you can, make a straight line from your wrists to your hips while in downward dog. Press through all 10 fingers and keep those pointer fingers pointing straight ahead. Hey, good improvement. A classic gym move, bench dips. Sit on the edge of a bench with your hands next to your hips, grasping the edge. Keep your arms straight, slide off the bench, and then bend at the elbows to lower your body. Pause, and then extend your arms to lift back up. Letting your hips drop makes this move easier. If the motion's uncomfortable for your elbows, try widening your hand position. Inhale as you lower your body, and then exhale as you extend through your triceps. Your triceps are the focus here, but you'll also feel this in your shoulders. You can move your feet closer to put a bend in your knees and lighten the lift. Hey, keep it up. Looking for really quick feet, hop swaps. In an athletic stance, weight in the balls of your feet, hop up and keeping your chest and shoulders square, twist at the waist to quickly shift your stance to one side. As you land, quickly hop again to reset to center before repeating on the other side. Use your arms here to help with balance and to keep your shoulders square. There's a slight bend in the knees, but it shouldn't feel like a squat. Twist your hips out and back as quickly as you can. Keep light on those feet. Your hips and legs are moving, but keep your chest and shoulders square. All right, quick break. I want you to walk it off. All right, side to side base pogo. In a shallow squat, set your feet hips distance apart, arms bent in front of you. Hop side to side, 2 inches in each direction, keeping your weight on the balls of your feet. Stay on your toes. Keep your weight from shifting into your heels. Move your feet as fast as you can while maintaining that good form. Keep those hips shifted back as you move from side to side. You should feel this working your hips, knees, and ankles, and of course, challenging your coordination. The bounce is happening in your lower body, but keep your torso as still as you can. Bravo! High side plank left. Lying on your side with your hand on the ground under your shoulder, elbow bent, and your hips, knees, and feet stacked. Press into your hand and the edge of your bottom foot to lift your hips up off the floor. Now lift your other hand up to the sky as you straighten your body, head to ankles. Sometimes you'll be so focused on your hip lift that they'll start to slide back. Keep them squared. Let's keep those shoulders stacked, creating a straight line from your outstretched hand through your body and down to your elbow. This move puts some stress on the wrists, so make sure they're warmed up first. You can unstack and split your feet if you need a wider base to work with. Want more of a challenge? Lift your top leg up into the air. I loved that one. High side plank. Hold strong, but don't forget to breathe. You should really feel those obliques firing with this exercise. Use your whole planted hand. Extend your palm and fingers wide. Keep your hips up, but don't overextend. They should be in line with your torso and legs. Reaching your arm to the sky is optional, but focusing your gaze on that lifted hand can really help with your balance. Killed it! All right now, side-lying leg lifts. Lie on your side with your hips, knees, and ankles stacked. Position your bottom arm to support your head, and keeping your legs together, engage your core to lift your legs off the ground slightly, creating a straight line from your head to your heels. Pause at the top and then lower back down. Keep your hips stacked and don't allow them to rotate. You should feel this working your abs and your hips. Try and lift your legs to at least the same height each time. Feel free to play around with your arm position to get yourself the most support and stability. Get a big breath and then exhale as you lift your legs. Get a good squeeze at the top, but don't bounce at the bottom. Keep your toes pulled up towards your shins. Keep it up. Side-lying leg lifts right. You should feel this working your abs and your hips. Keep your hips stacked and don't allow them to rotate. Keep your toes pulled up towards your shins. Get a big breath and then exhale as you lift your legs. Try and lift your legs to at least the same height each time. Feel free to play around with your arm position to get yourself the most support and stability. Get a good squeeze at the top, but don't bounce at the bottom. All right, catch your breath. Floor crawl. In a low push-up position, stay low and step forward with one foot, bringing your knee to your elbow as you walk the opposite hand forward. Now repeat with the other hand and foot before running the motion in reverse. Stay low and keep your shins parallel to the ground. It really is a natural motion. Just stay low to the ground and don't overthink it. Roll through your toes with each step. And remember to breathe. You need to keep those lungs moving. Remember the star crawl? This is the lower altitude version. You're going to feel this in your back, core, arms, chest, and legs, and probably everywhere else. Your knees should be just inches from the floor. Looking strong. We're going to keep you on your toes with pogo jumps. In a narrow stance with your weight on the balls of your feet, toes up, keep your legs straight and engage your calves to hop into the air. Land softly on the balls of your feet and hop again, keeping a good rhythm going for the duration of this exercise. Hop as quickly as you can. A great conditioning move for runners because you're building strong foot flexion. Try to relax your hips and quads. This movement should come primarily from your lower leg. We're helping you prevent shin splints with this one. Your stance should stay narrow like you're bouncing on a pogo stick. Can you land in the same spot each time? This is a great way to build calf strength and mobility in the ankle joints. Want more? Try to add speed and height to your jumps. Great job, now shake it out. Stability and strength, plank twists. Starting in a push-up position, rotate your hips, shoulders, and feet to reach one arm towards the sky. Pause before returning to the push-up position and swapping sides. Think about creating a straight line from your chin down to your ankles, and don't let your hips sag. You can keep a small bend in your elbows throughout. Maintain a flat waist as you move into the side plank, because your hips are going to want to shoot your butt back. Don't let momentum get the best of you here. Pause as you reach your arm up towards the sky. Let your chin follow your chest as it rotates through the move. To up the challenge, stack your feet as you reach for the sky. You are a beast! Pike presses. From a pike position with your hips lifted high, keep your torso and legs rigid, then bend at the elbows and lower the top of your head towards the floor. Pause at the bottom, and then straighten your arms to lift back up. You can bend your knees slightly if you have tight hamstrings. Think about lowering the top of your head to the floor. Use your core to help keep your hips lifted. Inhale as you lower down and exhale as you push back up. Keep those elbows steady. Try to not let them flare in and out. It seems simple, but there's a lot going on in this exercise. It's an under-the-radar total body move. Use the whole of your hand to support your weight. Spread your fingers wide. Woo-hoo! Looking good. Alternating one-legged pike presses.
Starting in a strong pike, lift one leg from the floor and then bend at the elbows to lower the top of your head towards the ground. Pause at the bottom and then straighten your arms to lift back up, swapping feet at the top of your pike. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend that planted leg just slightly. Looking back at your toes can help you stay in a tight plank. Finish your press, then swap your feet. Your stomach should be pulled in tight. Flexing your abs will help you keep your hips high. Spread your palms wide and use all of your fingers to help support your weight. It should be the crown of your head moving towards the floor. Keeping that inverted V helps focus the lift onto your shoulders. The more you flatten, the greater impact on your chest. Engage your glutes to help keep your foot lifted. Keep your elbows steady and in alignment. Don't let them flare in and out. Trust your balance throughout this motion. You can always lower your foot back down to the floor.
That was amazing. Side-to-side scissor kick lifts.
On your back with a bend in your knees and your arms at your sides, lift your feet 12 inches off the ground and straighten your legs. With this height as your low point, cross and uncross your legs repeatedly, one foot over the other, while also lifting them up and down a foot from the floor. Muscle through these. Take out the momentum. Suck that belly button down. Your upper body should stay relaxed on the ground. Over, under, up and down. Over, under, up and down. To keep your back safe, be sure it stays pressed firmly into the ground. Press your hands into the ground to help keep your body stable.
You really pushed yourself to the max on that one. Moving fast with base pogo.
In a shallow squat, set your feet hips distance apart, arms bent in front of you. Keep a quiet upper body and your shallow squat in place with your weight in the front of your feet. Quickly hop up and down as you pump your arms. Keep your feet moving as fast as you can. You're giving your calves a little love with this dynamic move. You should feel this working in your hips, calves, and quads while challenging your cardiovascular ability. There's a little bit of coordination to this one, so try moving your feet and then pumping your arms to establish that rhythm. Keep those hips loose and your knees soft. You looked awesome out there.
Let's move! Jumping jack crossovers.
Standing tall, hop into the air and spread your arms and legs wide. Hop again, and as soon as you land, cross over your arms and legs in front of your body, alternating your limbs over and under with each rep. You're getting your shoulders, chest, hips, and legs moving with this one simple exercise. You can start by just crossing your arms and then add the legs as you get comfortable. Crossovers are a great way to stimulate the left and right side of the brain to work together. Keep your knees soft. I'm looking for straight legs, but don't lock them out. Keep your chest up and your head lifted. This is just like a traditional jumping jack, except the arms are extended out in front rather than overhead. Stay light on your feet here. Keep your weight forward in the foot. Keep it up.